UFC 329 was last Saturday, and today we are going to be discussing the entire main card. From Bobby Green and Terrence McKinney to Conor McGregor's return against Max Holloway, we are going to be diving in to the main card. We'll say is what a banger card. Obviously, if you know, if you've watched it, if you were on the internet anytime from Saturday to Sunday, you know what happened. You know how the main event ended. I will be diving into my reaction and my thoughts and opinions about that later on in the video. Man, what a disappointing main event for such a great card. But I wasted enough time. Let's get into it. Now, I will say my predictions for 329 went almost perfect. I went 8 and 3 out of 11 predictions made. I did not predict all the fights. Just predicted the ones that I found interesting, and I went 8 and 3, pretty good. I will say, in my opinion, we will be getting to one of the fights, but it should be 9 and 2. Just saying, but let's just dive into the opener. Now, on the first fight of the main card, we have Bobby Green getting a first round TKO against Terrence McKinney. Now, I did get this prediction right. We all know Terrence McKinney has never made it past the first round, and it almost did. Terrence McKinney had a very good fight up until like the last 20 seconds. I mean, he cut Bobby King Green really badly, kind of rocked him and wrestled him, and almost got a couple submissions off. But he gassed himself out. He claims that he prepared for almost a 5-round fight if it needed for some reason. I guess the cardio, but clearly not, because he gassed himself out and got finished legit at the last second with... Dude, King Green's boxing is so good. The body work, everybody was like, oh, that didn't hit. Dude, get hit in the liver and you tell me if it hurts, bro. Dude, I love body shots in MMA. I love body shots in boxing. And, bro, King Green ripping to the body was so nasty and so good. I mean, King Green got a performance of the night bonus because, dude, you get wrestled and almost subbed in the first round, and then you come back and you stop it at the last second. Now, there are people that are like, man, you should have just let it go on to the second round. Here's my thought. Terrence McKinney was in fetal position, just eating shots from Bobby Green or King Green. I would have stopped it. Like, dude, if you're in fetal position, covering up like this, and just eating punches, I'm stopping the fight. Great stoppage on that end. The second fight on the main card is at 125 in a banger fight of the night. Brandon Royval versus Loner Kavanagh. I still don't know. What a fight. Both men had their successes. Both men got rocked. Royval got dropped for the third fight in the row. And this is the second year in a row at International Fight Week where he just puts on a banger with a dude who lost to Charles Johnson. But I did pick Loner Kavanagh to win this. I thought his striking would just be better, and it almost happened. He almost stopped Royval, I think in the first or second, but clearly wasn't enough, and I kind of knew Royval would somehow find a way, and Royval did. He got the third round sub at 340, and man, what a banger fight. Both these men, like Loner Kavanagh, like he's young, right? He could be disappointed with the outcome, but dude, he's young, legit facing a title challenger and one of I think he's like number 2, number 3 in the world right now in the flyweight rankings. But man, what a banger fight. I was very sad to see Kavanagh lose just because I'm a Kavanagh type of guy. What the fuck was that? Not sure if you saw that. My camera glitch, I just caught it on my monitor. I was like, what the fuck? Anyways, yeah, man, Kavanagh's young. I'm a Kavanagh supporter. Loved him in the Contender Series. Was sad when he lost to Charles Johnson. And, dude, his performance against Moreno was so good. And then I was excited to see this Royval fight. Cause, man, tough loss for Kavanagh, but he's going to bounce back. I mean, he's young. He's got time. I mean, look at Joshua Van. Got stopped by Charles Johnson. And then by the end of the next year, he was world champ. So, and hopefully, Pantoja is getting slept. You sons of bitches. Corey Sandhagen versus Mario Batista ends with a unanimous decision going for Mario Batista. Now, I did think this fight should have went Corey Sandhagen's way. The only reason I say that is because this is not the first time where I feel like the judges have judged a fight or judged a round off the last 10 and the first 10 seconds of the fight. Corey Sandhagen stunned Mario Batista with a hook, I think, while Batista was throwing a kick. Now, Batista did have one successful takedown in that first round and a submission attempt, right? I get it. But at the end of the day, dude, Corey Sandhagen was sticking and moving. He was pressuring. He was like making Batista like very confused and stuffed every single takedown besides the one at the end. That's the only reason why I was like, dude, why are we judging fights if we're not going to get it correct? So I did have it rounds 1 and 2 going to Sandhagen, and then round 3 going to Mario Batista. However, that's not how the judges saw it. Batista clearly won round 3. Round 1 I knew was going to be so weird when it comes to judging. And, like I said personally, I believe it should have went to Corey Sandhagen. Corey's just one of those guys where he gets it going, he gets the ball going, and then some shit happens. Man, I really hope he gets that O'Malley fight within the next year or two. But fuck, man, that shit sucked. Next up in the co-main event, I called this shit from a mile away. Paddy Pimblett. What? Paddy Pimblett subs Benoit Saint-Denis in the first minutes of the fight. I kind of knew how the fight was going to go. I knew Paddy was the better grappler going into this fight. I had all my hope. I just knew Paddy going into this fight was going to win it by sub. I didn't know which round, but Benoit Saint-Denis, what the fuck happened again? My camera glitched. Great. I did know that Benoit Saint-Denis was going to be lacking in the grappling department. I just didn't know that he was just going to shoot blindly and then leave his head up against Paddy Pimblett, which Paddy turned into a ghillie and then swapped it to, or Benoit tried to roll out of it. Paddy put in a fucking anaconda, and then when he had the arms crossed and in the anaconda, I was like, oh wow, he's gonna stop him right here. And then Paddy just put his legs over. I'm calling it the padlock, dude. This is probably one of the most brutal submissions I've seen this year. One of my favorite submissions in recent memory. And man, Paddy just has fucking dude, I don't know, bro. His squeeze is so good, and Benoit Saint-Denis got put to sleep. I mean, Paddy, dude, this is the second time where he has to tell the ref, yo, he's out. Dog, he's out. Good for Paddy. Now, this fight, since Paddy won, we don't know what the hell's going to be happening. Paddy's give me the rematch with Justin. I'm all for it, but I don't believe he deserves the fight. I think Paddy versus Ilya is the fight to make after that. Or maybe Paddy versus Max after the main event. Yeah, dude. Paddy, dude, got that bonus. Thank God. Holy shit, dude. What a submission. Now Benoit Saint-Denis. Now your next opponent is that fucking shower dog. Now it's the main event. Conor McGregor returning from a 5-year layoff against Max the Blessed Holloway. I don't know what to say besides the most utter disappointment ever. I knew Max was going to win, right? But I did say, you never know with Conor. I mean, dude, when I saw Conor come out with the mohawk, I was like, oh, wow, he's a dumbass. And then when I saw him coming down to the cage, I was like, oh, my God, wait. It's Conor McGregor in the first 2 rounds. I'm scared for Max, right? But all it takes is for a dude who's pushing 40, coming off a 5-year layoff after breaking his foot in half, saying, yo, I'm going to throw a jumping kick as my first strike back in 5 years. And I'm going to blow out my fucking knee. Great job, Conor McGregor. I don't know what the official injury for Conor is. Don't know if it's a torn meniscus or ACL, but ACL is the most popular thing going around. I will say this fight did last a little longer than what I thought after the first strike. I was like, dude, no way, Conor. Like, dude, it's so disappointing, bro. Dude, Conor McGregor lasted longer than Benoit Saint Denis. That's probably the funniest part. But I have a bunch of people that I'm friends with who never talked about MMA, but you know, this just shows the draw that Conor was like people I went to school with being like, I don't watch UFC. But then, you know, they're popping out for every McGregor card. And then we have grown men crying and posting about, oh my god, the Mac was supposed to be back. Oh my god, the Mac was supposed to be back. You guys are dumbasses. W LARPers, yeah, it did take a while for the ref to step in. Max did not want to continue the fight. He goes, yo, like, just stop the fight. I mean, he even said after the stoppage, he went over to Conor, and, you know, he was like, why the fuck did you come back? That's the exact words. He says, why the fuck did you come back? Now, I'm not doubting Conor was ready for the fight and was ready to come back. I'm not doubting that. Because he was drilling that exact kick in the back. He was trying to pull off some Jose Aldo shit. But, you know what they say, lightning never strikes twice. I mean, dude, people are going after Max right now because he celebrated. Dude, Max Holloway just got the easiest and biggest paycheck of his life, dude. If this shit happened to you and you got a bag, you would do the same thing. I heard that Max actually had to get his contract restructured for this fight. So don't know what's gonna happen. Max wants the rematch because obviously another crazy payday for Max, but also we get to see what Conor could do if he doesn't throw I don't know, a flying fucking kick in the first 2 seconds. My opinion on this is probably, like I said before, this is probably the biggest disappointment in mixed martial arts history. Conor McGregor. Anyways, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys thought about UFC 329 and Conor McGregor's return in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will be back. I'll probably talk about UFC OKC, or as what the hashtag says, UFC cock. Alright guys, I'll see you guys later. Peace, stay safe.